Thomas Mifflin was born on January 10, 1744 in Philadelphia. He was the son of a rich merchant and local politician. Mifflin attended the Constitutional Convention regularly. However, he never made speeches or played a substantial role.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
So tell me your thoughts on liberty.
Well, we love liberty as well as our neighbors and will no doubt keep an equal pace within pursuit of her.
Where did this thought come from?
Well, you see, I was really fascinated with John Locke's belief with the consent of the government.
Can you explain that thought to me?
It is important for us to keep up with our neighbors and countries around us, just like it is important for the government to be responsive to the people.
Thank you for doing this interview with me.
You are welcome.
Thomas Mifflin managed state political parties, and the state government began to regulate banking and transportation. Mifflin then called for a change in leaders in order to strike a balanced apportionment of political power between the state and natural government. This is similar to Baron Montesquieu's checks and balances system. Both of these ideas include keeping the branches of government from getting too much power and separating them into 3 different branches to do their jobs.
Wow, don't you think it's crazy that certain people have all the power and get to do whatever they want, but then there are some people who have little to no power and just sit back and can't do anything?
Yeah, I just don't understand why nobody does anything to change it.
We should do something about that and make a change.
I agree, but I think you should be the one that brings it up to make the change.
Okay, but this is something that we should definitely bring up at the next meeting. Wrong one.
Thomas believed that mankind was not perfect, because they are composed of weak and selfish individuals. This is similar to Thomas Hobbes, who believed that man, in their natural state, would be solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. In both of their opinions, they show that they feel mankind in its natural state is corrupt.
Can you believe it?
What are you talking about?
How rude some people can be!
I understand what you mean. They don't care about anyone else.
It's unbelievable! I just don't understand.
I feel the same way.
I find it humiliating to live in a world where the only thing people care about are themselves.
I totally know where you're coming from.
Thomas Mifflin also believed that the consent of the people was very important in order to have the right to power. This is very similar to John Locke's belief that the consent of the governed was necessary. In both statements, they are agreeing that in order to get power, you must have approval from the people first. 2 years later, Thomas Mifflin became part of the American Philosophical Society, where he spent 2 years as secretary.
Hello everyone, I would like to start our meeting. Today we will be voting on whether or not to make Thomas Mifflin part of our group.
I really hope that you will consider making me a part of your group. I promise that I will help in any way that I can.
Before we vote, I would like you all to join in a group and discuss your thoughts on Thomas Mifflin. Okay, so who wants to start?
I'll start. I would like to just say that I think he seems a little nice and smart person who would be great for our group. I don't think he should get in because he smells really bad.
That is not a good reason, and besides, I think you are smelling yourself, not him.
I think we should let him in because I've heard some really good things about him.
Okay, then it's settled. He can be in our society.
Along with joining the American Philosophical Society, Thomas Mifflin was also chosen to be a delegate for the Continental Congress. Overall, Thomas Mifflin supported the move to independence. Thomas Mifflin believed that the Congress should have the power to support the forces and declare war, which makes them a servant of the Republic. This is like John Locke's belief that we should have a representative democracy. Mifflin believed that the correct approach to a crisis was a Continental Congress instead of boycotting, so whenever it came to the Stamp Act, he displayed his liberal tendencies by opposing the other Philadelphia merchants.
I don't think we should have to pay tax just for our paper we print.
Yeah, I agree. We work hard to get our stuff. I don't think we should have to pay extra.
Let's form a mob and start a protest.
No, don't do that. Violence isn't the answer. If you do that, you are just going to make things a lot worse.
You're wrong. You don't know what you were talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about, and the correct way is to go to the Continental Congress with your problem.
You're crazy.
Fine, don't listen to me, but you are going to regret it if your plan backfires on you.
However, in order to end the political dispute, he agreed to unite in opposing with the enemy, and he suspended the political dispute.
I hereby declare that your political dispute will come to an end at once. We do not solve our problems with violence, but with communication. We will take your problems to Congress and solve it there.
You're full of baloney.
I'd rather be full of baloney than foolishness. That's right, just walk away from all your problems instead of talking about them calmly.
On September 18, 1794, Thomas Mifflin wrote one of many letters to Alexander Hamilton concerning Lieutenant Bissell's march to Williamsport.
Agreeably to your request, I have enclosed a letter of instruction to the Brigade Inspector of York County for the purpose of furnishing any reinforcement that Lieutenant Bissell may require for his march to Williamsport in Maryland.
Mr. Hamilton informed Lieutenant Bissell of this.
Lieutenant Bissell, by permission from Thomas Mifflin, you and your men may march onwards to Williamsport.
Send him my thanks, sir.
Sadly, on January 20th, 1800, Thomas Mifflin died.